Salutations my exalted ones and welcome to a pretty unique video. In today's video I'll be interviewing these three content creators. So without further ado, if you end up enjoying this video, please like and subscribe as I eventually want to hit 50k by the end of this year. Other than that, let's start with the interviews. Alright, so hello Midnight.
Hello Mason.
In your video you said you were the progression guy, so I'm going to ask you some progression-sided questions if you don't mind.
Okay, go ahead.
So, since you're a
fish content creator,
some games might be a bit too difficult for you, whether it's PvP or PvE, but you said you're the progression guy, so I thought I'll ask you. In one of your recent videos, you said you liked the menu and the GUI, so when it comes to that, a lot of games nowadays are just VFX slop. The game, people say the game looks good because of the epileptic VFX, right? Does that get in the way of anything at all, whether it's like the menu or like your quest on the side or anything like that?
No, because I feel like the game is fairly organized. There's not really anything that overlaps, like menus or VFX. I think the VFX are like a perfect amount. Maybe the only thing I don't like is like Ceros, because they like cover the entire screen when you get hit by one, but that's the only complaint I have for VFX. And as for menus and like UIs and stuff like that, I feel like they're all very sleek. And as I said, there's no overlap. Everything's organized. It kind of feels like just like slightly Kingdom Heartsy, which is why I like it.
So during the progression, at what point does the game get fun, or is it like fun throughout the entire progression, or like until a certain point?
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really get past like level 20 or 30 because the progression felt slow and enemies felt too overtuned, which is something that even Kenshi and Vert noticed when playing. Enemies just being really hard.
I know you mentioned the scaling as well, the big buffer Duke has. Like you have a level 7 NPC, you're level 7, but it doesn't feel like they're level 7.
Yeah.
I mean, NPCs can definitely bloody parry, right?
Yeah, they can parry infinitely, like until they don't feel like it.
So, I know you said you only got up to level 20. I don't know how far that is in the game since I don't have access to the game. I'm not official content creator, I just have content creator. So, when it comes to that, then, until that level 20 progression part, how long did it take you to get to level 20?
I think it only takes like at maximum an hour and a half. I was just being like slow and behind and losing to every mission I was taking because like I wasn't even like parrying half the time. I just kind of took hits and try to M1 spam and it didn't work and I died.
How easy do you think it would be to make videos on the game after the full release?
I mean, honestly, the progression is streamlined. You know, there's gonna be matchmaking probably to like test builds.
Yeah.
I think it'll be fairly easy.
Alright, last question then. During until your level 20 progression, or just from the start to the finish of the game, from where you got up to now, what bugs have you encountered, or like, and how bad are they?
Enemies were just move stacking and like parry stacking, if that makes sense. Like I mean, like parrying and hitting at the same time.
Yeah, like stacking animation.
Yeah. So that like threw me off for a little bit. But I also had this one bug, as I said. I queued up a mission and I got teleported, and the mission didn't even start. It's like in Peroxide, when you do an invasion and you complete the invasion and you get teleported back, and you don't get sent to your like mission queue. You just get sent back to like wherever you came from, like Hueco.
Alright, well that's it. That's all the questions I have for you. I know you're super busy with your 100k subscribers and your 10,000 hours in fish, so I don't want to disturb you.
It's fine, bro.
That's it. Anything you want to say? You want to say goodbye?
Yep. Bye, Mason's viewers. I will try to see if I can get Vert on this, so that Vert can do his segment. Maybe, possibly. Yeah, it's gonna actually feel like at home. Just two British guys talking to each other.
All right, lovely. Well, that's it. Let's go on to the next person. Hello. You're probably wondering by now, who's next? Kenshi, Vert, you know? Yeah, so it's just Kenshi at midnight. Admit the Vert didn't want to join and do the interview. I don't know why. No reason, I guess. But he did kind of answer the question. I'll show it up on screen now. And I'll keep it on screen for a few seconds. But he kind of did answer some of the questions. I don't know why this British boy didn't want to come to my interview. My fucking interview. How dare they? So, yeah, well, there's his questions anyway. So, like, fuck Vert. No one cares about Vert anyway. The fucking type soul content creator. Me.
My name is just Kenshi, the Bleach Man on Roblox, and I play Peroxide.
I play Peroxide.
Shut your fucking mouth!
Type Soul, and now VV. And I'm here to answer questions for Lord Mason about VV Ultimatum.
So, I've got a few questions for you here about VV Ultimatum because you have played the game. I don't have access to it yet. So, first question I have for you, in fact, is do you think all the races, like the 3 races, Soul Reaper, Wonderreich, and Hollow, make a difference to the game's progression, whether it's difficulty or like entertainment?
Hollow is way easier than the average Bleach game because it's pretty straightforward. You just do like the missions and then you evolve into a menace in like 5 or 7 minutes, basically. And then once you're a menace, you just become a god because you just stomp and everything. You have a giant sword that does a lot of damage to hollows on the floor. Once we become a Juka, then it's pretty easy, just eat other hollows. And there's a certain thing in the game where some hollows have more, like, you gain more from them from eating those types than others. For example, the normal hollows, you only get like 1, but like if you go up to like one of the like centipede type hollows, you get like 3 from them. And you need like 70 to evolve into a Vasta. Once you're a Vasta, you can just rip off your mask and stuff. But yeah, Arankar is pretty easy. When it comes to progressing as an Arankar, you don't start off with hero and those type of stuff because the game, I don't know if you've seen videos on it, but it has like a skill tree and you have to unlock a lot of stuff on that skill tree in order for you to become strong. But in a whole, I would say that if you have to go down by difficulty, I would say that maybe the Soul Reapers are the hardest one because Soul Reapers don't really start off with anything crazy until way later on, and it's not like other Bleach games where you can get like Shikai and stuff like as soon as you start in day 1. You get like Shikai like around level 70 and 80 around that part. So you're basically going to be starting off with like basically like speed, keto, strength skills, and you're gonna have to be good at pairing as a Shinigami because you're not gonna get carried by your Shikai high damaging moves as yet or anything like that. Then Quincy's on the other hand, Quincy's only have lets. They don't have like a full standing or anything like that. So Quincy's would be like, I guess, the second hardest one in the game because, there's not many things that the Quincy's have. Well, then again, the Quincy's have Quincy Keto, which is just brain dead. It's a lot of spam. Yeah, and then the Arankars, Arankars are pretty simple. You just do this stuff, and then it's pretty easy to level up as an Arankar because the Arankars missions are way easier than the other races missions. I don't know if you know about this as well. There's like the mission tickets and the missions for Arankars are pretty easy.
I've seen a few videos on it. Yeah, just before writing up these questions, I watched a video of like each of you, Vert's video, your video, and Midnight's video, and then like made questions based off what you said in the videos and stuff like that. When it comes to VV Ultimatum, how much attention to detail have you came to see in the game, whether it's like the animation, the GUI, or just the like general combat?
You're asking how similar VV is to like Bleach?
Yeah, or what makes it unique from like other Bleach games?
Okay. So from what I know, from what I saw and experienced, I wouldn't say that it's actually a Bleach game. It's like Dark Souls or Elden Ring, whatever you want to call it, but it's just a Bleach team. So like, for example, they have like Bleach inspired stuff. They have the hollows. But each hollow is like different. And then there's also Shikai, Res, and Let's, which is Bleach related. And then, those have like the canon abilities, like they have ink, fire, ice, etc.
Ice?
Yeah, there's ice in it.
Oh boy.
Ice is a rare. And now a cool thing that I do like about this game is that everyone's gonna have like unique stuff because they have basically this feature where you can roll variants of an ability. Like there was red ice, there was blue fire, there was all those type of stuff that you could roll on certain elements. I don't know if Ink has anyone. I didn't see Ink having a variant, but other than that, other than just like some small stuff that is from Bleach, the game itself is not really a Bleach game because you know, never in Bleach did they go to a snow island fighting a giant what Iceman, and there's like so much like
yeah,
they
I
never
saw
fought a
that.
giant crocodile eater. They never did any of that in Bleach, so it's like a Bleach game, but not a Bleach game.
When it comes to races, then you played Soul Reaper. Would you say Soul Reaper's more fun than playing something like Hollow? I know you were with Midnight at the time when he was recording his video and he was playing Hollow. What seems to you the more fun route to play?
Okay, one thing I'm gonna say in this video that you need to know is that if you are a Shinigami and your friend is on a wrong car, you cannot play with each other. You can't. So like, you are only allowed to party up and play missions with your race. It's not like Peroxide, you know how the missions are very similar to Peroxide Invasions. Like how you can take on a wrong car with you and he could just chaos everything on your Shinigami thing. That won't happen. You can only play with Shinigamis, you can only play with Quincy's, and you can only play on the wrong cards. You can only play with your race, no matter what. You just can't team up with other factions. It's basically segregation, alright? You just can't play with anybody else other than your race. Now,
You can meet them though. You can still.
yeah,
like,
you can meet them, but
Yeah.
the only time you're gonna meet them is when you're invading them, because you can invade people's missions, and it's other people races missions that you're invading, basically.
So with the 13 hours you've played, what bugs have you encountered?
There's only one, but this one is like really minor, and that was because
Yeah.
like one time I went to the portal and it didn't take me, and I was just stuck there. Like my avatar wasn't there. It was just I was just stuck on its screen. Like I went into the portal and then it was like stuck in like first person. I couldn't see anything. That was the only like bug I actually ran into.
So that's not bad then. Like 13 hours, one bug, like CC only game. That's not bad actually. So that's all the questions I have for you. So overall, what would you rate the game out of 10? And do you see yourself playing the game after full release?
I'll give it an 8 for now, because my experience was way more harder than like the other CCs. Like for example, like Tana had like a group of people with him, so he got to max pretty easily. But since I was solo grinding, I had it like a lot harder, because for example, if you don't have friends in this game, you're definitely gonna struggle a lot. So I was struggling a lot because I had to learn the parry timings, and then a lot of these missions have like kill 6 of this thing, and you know, it's very difficult. And if you don't know parrying in this game, you're just gonna get washed because your posture goes up pretty easily. One thing I want to mention as well is that please watch your stats and make sure that you put stats into like posture and your I think it was haste that lowers your cooldowns or some stuff. So yeah,
Okay.
the game is an 8 out of 10 in my current opinion at the moment. It will be higher when they add more stuff, but yeah.
So other than that, then that's all the questions I have for you. So thank you very much, Kenshi, for taking time out of your day to come here. Is there anything else you want to say, whether it's goodbye or any hints or tips for viewers?
Nah, no, I have none. Just thank you for having me. That's it.